After driving almost 16 hours, I get back in here, made 2 videos, and now look at the news 10 hours ago. So the Cavaliers lowballed Collin Sexton. I want to hear your thoughts down below, Cavaliers fans. What do you guys think of this news? And what is Collin Sexton's worth? I've heard 13 million is what they've offered him, but supposedly he wants between 18 and 20. He wants Bojan Bogdanovic money. And shout out right here, Cavaliers Nation, for this article by Aurel Dizon, or Dizon. Hopefully I said that correctly. So basically, he's looking for a deal, 4 years, $80 million, which is $20 million a year. And it seems like the Cavs do not want to match that. And according to Chris Fedor regarding the offer, it's just not at the money that he believes he should get and his camp believes he deserves. And as you guys know, he went from averaging about 17 points and 3 assists a game his rookie season to his last healthy season in 2020 to 2021, averaging 24.3 points, 4.5 assists. And I don't think you should look at his numbers from last year because they're really nothing. But look, first off, the Cavs don't want to give him 20 a year because that would put them already in the luxury tax, and they're a team not ready to go into the luxury tax, and that's something they're unwilling to do. However, the team could shed some salary to avoid the luxury tax, but they don't want to lose their players. They have a good core, and Garland's the stud. So the thing is right here is, first off, his defense is awful, but he is a fantastic offensive player, and he's a guy who could be a 6-man of the year candidate at the very least, or be a starting guard on a plethora of other teams. Like, you could see a team like the Portland Trailblazers, and this is what I'm thinking is, like, we remember seeing, I made a video a few weeks ago regarding that the Utah Jazz and the Miami Heat both had interest in Collin Sexton, okay, and that the Lakers were interested in Collin Sexton, and obviously the Cavaliers want to bring him back. But I had always said, I was a believer of the thought that I thought if he does come back to the Cavaliers, he's going to come back for the qualifying offer that they extended him. But I'm surprised that there hasn't been a team that has just decided, that didn't just decide to go, fuck it, I'm going to just offer him a little bit more than the qualifying offer and to force the Cavaliers' hand, because he's a restricted free agent, so they can match any contract that any contract a team offers him. So that's where I sit here and I'm like, I'm surprised no team has just said fuck you guys and tried to like finagle them. Maybe that's just me, but I'm just surprised by the whole situation. And again, that's where I want to hear your guys' thoughts on this. What is the deal you guys would give our man Collin Sexton? And if you guys look at the Cavaliers roster, yes, they brought in Raul Neto and Ricky Rubio, so they are prepared to lose Collin Sexton by having, arguably, if somebody takes him away from them, Rubio brought back Raul Neto, and they also offered a qualifying offer to Brandon Goodwin, and they brought RJ Nembhard on a 2-way. So they have, and they still have Darius Garland, obviously. And that's what, and Kevin Love showed his passing ability. So for them, if they do lose Collin Sexton, it wouldn't be the biggest deal in the world. Now, I do think it's interesting to see with Collin Sexton, how much do you pay for the offense? How much is his offense worth it? Okay, is it really worth going into the luxury cap for? Or is it not? And how much does Collin Sexton being on the roster raise your ceiling? How much of a better team are you with Collin Sexton? And Collin Sexton, I like the cat. I think he's a good player and he's a great guy. And this was the Cavaliers team was, one could argue, their defense slipped obviously, but the main thing was they couldn't get any offense going. Okay. They literally couldn't. And the Cavaliers allegedly made him a 3-year offer. And he turned it down. And my idea is that if they offered him a 3-year, okay, it's 3 years, $40 million. So if you guys want to divide that, 3 years, $40 million, that's $13 million a year. He doesn't want that. And look, the Cavs are a team that last year they went 44-38, and this was a team that their offensive rating wasn't as good as their defensive rating. And it was just because the end of the season they didn't have any shot creators, so you could argue that he is